But so I had this experience with this product when I changed garages. There was a body shop that fixed my car. It was an accident, and they also had a repair shop, so I decided to patronize them. And they were doing oil change for me. I always use synthetic oil, and I told them, if you got an oil additive, put something in. So they pulled this out and put it in. I looked at it, okay, fine, put it in. And I noticed right away, same thing, an oil additive, you know, nice and quiet, and they feel the performance. And so I'm happy because it does what I expect it to do. What I didn't expect it to do was save my ass. When I had an oil change down the same garage, and maybe a new mechanic or something, I don't know, I didn't recognize him, but I drive the car away. I'm driving for about a month, and I drive much more than the average person. I drive courier, so I do about 8,000 to 10,000 kilometers. So I need to have good oil, I need the car feeling right, and so on. And I have a manual transmission, so because of that, I enjoy the drive. I rev the engine because the engine can be revved, you know, 6,000, 7,000 RPM. So I'm having a great time. And so the engine light comes on about a month after this oil change. And I've never seen that. This engine has never been low on oil, and not even a little bit on the dipstick. The engine at this point's got about 175,000 kilometers on it. I'm happy, the car's running good and everything, but that light comes on, I'm concerned. So right away, I pick up my cell phone and I call the garage and I say, look, the light is coming on for the engine. I've had the oil change here about a month ago. I know it might be due, but the engine oil light never comes on. So I'm going to go to Canadian Tire and get some oil if it needs it, and then if there's something going on, I'm going to call you back or come up. So I get into a Canadian Tire downtown, and it's about half an hour away from my garage. And I go inside, and before I do that, I pull out the dipstick, and the first thing I notice is the dipstick is coated in black carbon, and it's dry, completely dry. And I've never seen a dipstick like this, carbon from the bottom to the top. So there was no oil present on the dipstick, so I'm going, so where's the oil? And so I'm looking underneath the car to see if it's leaking anywhere, and I don't see it leaking anywhere. And I said, I better get at least 2 liters. So I go in and get 2 liters, and I pour it in the engine, and I put the dipstick in, and it's still dry. I said, what? I need more than 2 liters of oil in this engine? There's some damage going on for sure. I didn't hear it, I just seen the light going. So I go in there, I get another 2 liters, probably only need 1. So this is a few minutes later, same place. I put the 3rd liter in. Didn't touch the dipstick, maybe it touched the bottom, I wasn't 100% sure. So I put the 4th in, and it came up to its normal spot. And I'm going, what? I'm driving this engine with no oil in it, or less than 4 liters? I mean, this is absurd. It's not something I've ever thought about would ever happen to me, or I've never even heard about it from anyone else. I mean, how does this happen? How does it happen that an engine could run the way I drive it for a month or less, revving it, driving it hard, and it survives? And I put these 4 liters in, and I drive up to the garage. I explained to him, I said, look, I got to go do something. I want you to check out the engine for leaks, damage in the oil pan, a loose oil filter, anywhere. I want you to check it out. And I'm telling you, this engine did not have enough oil in it. I put 4 liters in it, it just come up. So I came back, he did the oil change for free, and he did this product in there again. I said, okay. So I asked him, did you find any oil leak? He said, no. I said, so what do you think happened? So he tells me, oh, it's probably your PCV valve, you know, the little exhaust or something releases the vapors from the engine. 4 liters? Are you sure? You sure your mechanic maybe didn't put oil in? I said, no, it's not that, no. Okay, you know what? I'm going to prove up this theory. I'm going to come back the next oil change, about a month or so, and we'll see how much oil is missing from the dipstick. Well, I did that, and there was nothing missing from the dipstick. I'm going, I think it's your mechanic. But you know what? We're going to do a couple more oil changes. So 3 oil changes from this incident. No oil's missing. I'm thinking the engine's damaged. The engine's running normal. I rev it high because it's a manual transmission. I like to drive like that. And everything's running perfectly. And I'm going, how does this happen? Okay, maybe I don't know enough about chemistry or something, but it happened to me, and it happened with this product, and I'm extremely appreciative that this product was in the engine at the time, because apparently I drove it from close to a month, close to 10,000 kilometers with no oil in it, or whatever was left in when they drained oil. And I think when you get a car, it's mandatory to have insurance. When you do repairs in your car, it's not mandatory to do an oil additive. But you know what? I'm glad I was in the habit of doing it. And with this product especially, because I have no idea what the result would be with the other products, but I know for sure with this product, I'm still driving my engine 40,000 kilometers later, and I'm happy with it. Yeah, it's over 200, and the performance has been fairly good ever since I tried this product earlier this year.
Okay.
It's an engine that it's a Japanese engine. It's got when it hits a certain revving, it kicks into like a speedy mode, and it works great. I really enjoy it. Obviously, the engine works better than brand new. When it's brand new, it's tight, but with this product, I've really enjoyed the car and the engine. I never thought the engine would survive this. I'm back in my mind, I'm still thinking there's got to be some damage in the engine, but I don't feel it, I don't hear it, I don't see it. So right now I'm feeling awfully happy. The oil change, and then this part was like about a month.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you lose 4 liters of oil through the PC valve? That was the mechanics theory. Or they didn't put the oil in, which is probably the case, because after the oil changes, oil didn't come down one bit after this incident.
Yeah.
So A, not burning oil before, B, not burning oil after, so it's not damaged that way. I don't know how else, maybe it's got a little build-up here and there, I don't know, maybe it needs a cleaning flush or something, but the dipstick is okay. So all I know is that this product saved my ass, because A, I don't have good credit to go and fix the engine on my own. That would have cost thousands of dollars. Yeah. I'm sure if the mechanic would have to pay from his pocket, he'd still want me to pay for some if there was damage on the engine, but that didn't happen. This one, you can keep going for at least a month until some light comes on, and then you put 2 liters of oil in and another 2 liters of oil in, and you keep going. So what does that tell you? It tells me that this stuff works better than advertised.